Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I'm Terry and thank you so much for being here with me. Uh, this is one of my most important vlogs and it is very most important to me because it deals with my passion and utmost life love, um, my most important passion, my driving passion, my love, and that is animal advocacy, animal rescue, and animal advocacy. Thank you again so much for being here. And I want to say this, I am so privileged to have any followers. Each and every one follower means a lot to me because you bring me that much closer to my dearest goal and love in life, and that is animal advocacy, because I can increase my social media and public presence and work on my ever loved goal, and that is to someday form a nonprofit for animals, and to reach that goal, which I will always set an even higher bar for myself to keep reaching for. I feel that saving animals is never ever done. It's never ever reached adequately because there are so many animals that need to be saved. Animals are the best beings. That's how I feel, and I will state that as a fact. They are the most innocent, most justified, and best beings ever. With that, again, I want to thank you for being here, and I will keep reaching and climbing towards my goal, and I love it. Wednesday, it's Thanksgiving Eve. And if you're going to be celebrating it with family, friends, anybody, great. If you're celebrating it by yourself, that's great too. Make it the best one that you've had so far. So I want to let you get to know me better. I'm Tressa Arasheben. Everyone calls me Terry. It's what I prefer. Tressa is good as well. I have had a very, very varied past, a life full of adversities and good things. I'm a work in progress. I feel that I will be a work in progress. I have not completed my journey. I'm going to be on this journey, but it's one that I do every day with more and more appreciation. I'm brave and I have the ability and the power to endure. Not everybody can say that. I can say that for myself. I've gone through a lot in my life. I have had a dysfunctional childhood because I had bad parents. I had a most difficult adolescence and adulthood. I've, as a result of my upbringing, even though it wasn't my fault when I was a child, I did make mistakes, which I take responsibility for as an adult. I've made mistakes. I have committed crimes, and I've been arrested for those crimes. I have been incarcerated in county jails and state prisons in the state of California. I'm not proud of that, but I am proud of the person that I'm becoming and that I've become, because I've learned from those mistakes. I've also discovered for the longest time that animals are my one utmost passion, dearness, and love in life. Animals are innocent. They are incapable of any bad thoughts, any bad actions. Animals do get scared. They do become protective. Their emotions and their actions are justified. Humans, I feel, are not. You know, we all go through things. That's in its place, but it's separate. I stand for animals. They deserve, need, and should be loved, given affection, helped, kept safe, kept secure, rescued, and kept in the best ever conditions. I want to say this. Everybody gets criticized, whether it's personally, privately, publicly, on the down low. I'm standing here right now because I want to set forth some facts. This has not come up, but I want to set it forth. That way, nobody else can successfully or correctly ever take it out of context. I love animals, and that's that. I stand for animals, and that's that, and that will always be that. Those are facts about me. I love and stand for animals. I have no respect for people who are unreasonably, unduly scared of pit bulls because of their reputation, which they shouldn't have a bad reputation. Pit bulls are one of the most loving breeds, okay? I have no respect for people who hurt the defenseless and the harmless. Those people should be banished from existence. They have no justification. I want to say this. I stand for vegan, cruelty-free items, products, materials. Yeah, when I was a child, I ate meat. I used products that were not vegan. I didn't know. And I'm standing here, I am not making any excuses. I'm providing some backgrounds about myself that you'll hear so that you can get to know me better. When I was a child, I ate meat, I ate cheeseburgers, I ate hot dogs. Little more context about me. As a child, even though my parents were able to get me things, they were cruel people. They were sociopaths. And I talk a lot about psychopathy. They were cruel and they enjoyed depriving me of the bare necessities. So imagine how much more they deprived me of, things that I would have liked. Consequently, me being taken out for a cheeseburger on weekends by my father, who was never really present in my life. He would come to when my parents were separated, and as I think I was about 7 or 8 or 9, we lived in Chatsworth, California. My parents were separated, and my father would come take us out on some weekends. Any little thing was a big thing to me, was like, you'd given me so much. It was such an excitement. A cheeseburger, an ice cream cone, other foods, whatever derivatives they had in them, all except pork. Because as a child, I was brought up not in an orthodox, but in a somewhat religious atmosphere. Now I realize religion has no place in life. Religion is just business. That's all it is. I don't do God. I do spirituality because spirituality is science backed and it's real. So, going out for a cheeseburger, you know, any little thing was a big deal to me. Having a coat, which I never really had, you know, was a big deal to me. My parents were able to buy me school clothes and seasonal clothes, but they never did. They wouldn't even buy me school supplies. Consequently, even school supplies, a pencil sharpener was a big thing to me. Was a pencil sharpener and a pencil, a scented eraser were these treats to me. It's how it was for me. And so I grew up always wanting, always needing, being needy. I felt needy. I felt, because I was deprived, so I wanted things, and then I wanted more and more and more. I actually grew up stealing. At that point, I was not enlightened. I have become wholly enlightened, and I'm so glad for that. Let's say this. If at the very beginning of my life, and by that I mean maybe when I was about 5 or 6, someone had told me and somehow illustrated to me the things that I was headed for, I would have kicked and screamed. But now, having gone through it and standing here today, I have a form of appreciation for it because it's made me a good person. Porcelain is actually strong. How does it become porcelain? Because it's clay that has gone through the fire and it's baked and it's developed. I have existed through a lot. I've been through a lot. I suffered and hurt through a lot. The biggest thing I will say is this. When my beautiful, perfect, innocent Pupa, my red-nosed pit bull, passed away last year, and it's still entirely difficult for me to talk about. I've been through a lot of other things. Someone told me a long time ago, this guy I knew, suffering is good for you, it builds character. I didn't believe him then, but I do now. I don't necessarily agree that suffering is good for you, but it brings you through the fire and produces desirable results. If you're somebody, if you're a good person, and you can come to see through what you've been through and you see those results for what they are. I see that now, and I'm still going through things. For instance, everything that I've been through has taken a toll on me. I have now awful anxiety disorder. Some days it's debilitating. I don't know if I'm completely dealing with it, but I'm living with it. That is to say that I'm still a work in progress. If I endorse things at the time, I do my research before I endorse them. But I'm human. Human nature dictates that we're not perfect and we will miss things. The internet does not have all results and all accurate results all the time. And we know how the internet works. So in my research, if I've missed something and then I subsequently, later in the future, come to discover it, such as if something I've endorsed or something I've used and or something that I said I liked, and or something that I recommended or even raved about was not completely vegan, in that the company or any aspect of the company dealt with something, some part that's not vegan or cruelty free, I will immediately stop that product. It will be cut out of my usage in my life. If somebody else points it out to me, likewise, subsequently down the line in the future, and I would like that, if that's the case, for anybody to point it out to me, inform me, it will be cut out for me. That's it. So I do research, I perform my due diligence. But in educating ourselves, not all completely accurate information is available at all times. A lot of the times, but not at all times. So I absolutely, because I want to do my best. If somebody I know, if somebody close to me, I later on discovered that they've done something to animals that's even slightly undesirable, they're out for me. I have no respect and no tolerance for that. I hold myself to a higher standard. And every day I make more and more progress. Again, I am a work in progress. And I do my best, and I will continue to do my best and do better and better and better. That's what I want to say. I will put out more about myself because I want people to know about me. Thank you so much for being here. Happy holidays. And again, make the remainder of this year the best that you've had so far. Thank you.